welcome to Wharton Hall Park here on Merseyside. The Toffees have started their WSL campaign well with 3 wins so far, but today they come up against a team who are banging form.
And just like that, it bounces in. Plays it through to Toon to try and make it 2, and so she does. United look like they mean business this season. It's a third for Manchester United. Dual have a go, and it was a decent hit too, and it needed the save from Earps. And it's 4 for Manchester United.
A ruthless, convincing win.
Yeah, so 4 wins out of 4 for Manchester United, and their Euros winners, Everton and Marriott, have carried their international form into the domestic season. But Everton have started the season well though as well. 3 wins and 2 defeats so far as their manager, Brian Sorensen, settles into his first season in the WSL. So this is how the Barclays WSL table looks at the moment. Both Arsenal and Manchester United with a 100% record, and down there in 4th, Everton on 9 points. We have a strong lineup for you. It's the spine of the team, starting at the back. Former defender, England defender Anita Sante, former ball-playing midfielder Farrah Williams, and current striker for Everton, Tony Duggan. I'm just going to stay out here on the wing, But Tony, there's a special reason that you're not out there with your Everton teammates today. For our viewers that don't know, please tell us why.
Yeah, I'm having a little baby. It's been a bit of a nuisance this week, making me really sick, so I apologise for my voice, but yeah, really happy, can't wait, but obviously disappointed to not be out there with the girls.
Well, a huge congratulations, and we're delighted to have you with us today. Farrah, the 2 lineup, the 2 teams today, Manchester United, I know you've already predicted your crystal ball out there. You said they're going to do really well. You're predicting them to be in 3rd, but a player, I suppose, that you're really impressed with, Ella Toon, 45 starts in a row in WSL.
Yeah, I think she's been really important to this Man United team. You mentioned there she's played 45 starts for Man United on the bounce. It shows the importance of a player and the consistency. I think she's shown consistency in this Man United team, and what I like about her is the way she plays in midfield. You can see her here just receiving the ball between the lines, but her connection with in the wide area with the wide players is very important to this team, and you can just see her there. Here where she gets it between the lines again, knocks it in between, and then just sets her striker away. I think that's the importance when she gets in there, but when she gets in between the lines, very good here. But what's most impressive about her is she gets goals. So not only does she sit in between the lines where most number 10s like to play, she gets here in the advanced positions and scores goals. You see her there with her head. This one, the energy to get into the box, and it's a great ball round the corner from Golton, and then she just tucks it away nicely past the Brighton goalkeeper.
Yeah, she's a player that at the moment is just full of confidence, and you're just seeing her continue to develop at Man United. A player that's showing consistency. She's played 45 games, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
That shows that she's really got a feeling for her role in this team, and she's taking that responsibility on as well.
Yeah, and she's been directly involved with 6 goals against Everton, Tony. 4 goals, 2 assists. Sorry to mention that, but let's come on to your team and Everton, because you finished 10th last season and currently in 4th. What's the difference? What's the improvement that you've seen?
Oh, it's like a new team. It's been like a breath of fresh air this year. I think Brian's obviously came in, settled down the camp. We had numerous manager changes last year, so it was really difficult for the team, the environment. I think we've brought in new signings. You look at Jess Park, Aggie Beaver-Jones, the young girls that have come in and been phenomenal so far. I think the first game against West Ham was a bit of an iffy one. But since then we've really kicked on and really been performing well. We've got a strategy, we've got a philosophy, and you can see the girls are clear in what we're doing.
Yeah, one of those players you did mention right there, Jess Park, she's already won 2 major trophies with Manchester City. What does she add, Anita, in your opinion, to this Everton side?
For me, Jess Park is just an exciting player to watch. She commits players, she wants to make things happen, and it's frightening for any defenders that come up against her. And you can see, the way she's impacted this team has been so positive. Scored a goal in, you know, the previous game, and here she drives and commits players and is able to then allow, you know, defenders get sucked towards her, and she can find that slip pass. Here is a wing-back to wing-back situation for the goal, which is great. And then again, for this ball from Bjorn, in behind into the space, she finds herself in the box, 1v1. Look at this lovely chop inside, sells the goalkeeper, and what a lovely composed finish into the goal.
She's different to what we've seen of late. I think the modern day game, we don't get many ball carriers, and I think that's what she's very good at. She's got probably the quickest feet. I'd argue she has the quickest feet in the women's game. She's so slick with her feet, but when she gets it, look, she's somebody that likes all the show, and it's exciting to watch, but her feet are so quick. You just watch her here, she drives at the back line, and it's frightening. This is a beautiful skill. You'll see her just here on the edge of the box. Beautiful feet here against Liverpool. But what I think about this player in particular, I think because she's so young and quite light at the minute, she's out on the wing, and that's where we'd play her, because she has that freedom to go and express herself. I eventually see her creeping into that number 10 as a more central player as she starts to grow as a player and become more physical. I think she's a bit light at the minute, hence why she'll play out on the wing. But eventually down the line, I think we'll see her as a number 10, and she's got a huge talent.
What's her character like, Tony?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Al, when she came into the squad, she's been amazing from day one. I remember speaking to her and she said she just wants to play football and be happy. I think, obviously, she's on loan from Manchester City, and I think, obviously, they have a lot of talent there, and she was struggling. She wasn't playing every week. And she said, Tony, I just want to play every week and enjoy myself. And you can see her. Yeah. She's thriving. She's a big part of our squad, and she feels it. And sometimes as a player, you want to feel like you're a big part of the squad. And as I say, I think she struggled at Man City to find that little niche, but at Everton, we've definitely got a special player here.
Yeah, but Farah, she's up against a Manchester United defence that are yet to concede a goal this season in the WSL.
A stubborn Man United defence. I think they've been fantastic. The back four, Mary Earps, I should say back five, because Mary Earps in particular, I think she's the reason why. She gives those back four in front of her the confidence just to defend. I think she's been phenomenal, and as I say, one of the reasons why they're yet to concede in the WSL this season.
Okay, well, as you can see, the teams are walking out right now. It's been a quick build-up, but we will have more in-depth analysis for you at half-time. But now it's time to hand you over to our commentary team. Safe hands for you today. It is Rachel Brown-Finnis alongside Robin Cowan.
Thank you very much, Alex. Good afternoon, everyone. Another highly anticipated matchup in the Women's Super League. Manchester United aim to extend their perfect record at the start of the season against Everton, rejuvenated under Brian Sorensen after a terribly disappointing campaign last year. Certainly Manchester United's sternest test so far this season. For Everton, a chance to show they can compete against the top sides in this division. For Everton, 2 changes from the 11 that beat Aston Villa last weekend in the WSL. Claire Wheeler comes into the midfield for Karen Homegaard, who drops to the bench. Chelsea Loney, Aggie Beaver-Jones starts for the second time this season after scoring her first goal for Everton in the midweek Continental Cup win. One change for Manchester United from their 1-0 win over Leicester. Hayley Ladd returns in place of Lucy Staniforth in midfield. Ona Badia is still out following concussion protocols, so Maria Torres-Dottir keeps her place in the defence. Nikita Paris leads the line again after scoring the winner last weekend. Alessia Russo, who's missed the last 4 due to injury, is fit enough to be named among the substitutes. Rachel Brown-Finnis, a couple of players you want to focus on ahead of this one.
Yeah, the stalwart and ever-present of Gabby George, although having a wonderful season, assisted in the last game for Everton. Being here as a youngster, we played in the same team together. She's been converted under Brian Sorensen, though, from traditionally being a centre-half, always been very powerful and strong, really good with driving out from the centre-half with the ball. Playing at either left-back or right-back, as a full-back, as a wing-back, so up and down that wing, has absolutely the engine to do that for Everton, and has been really influential, still learning the position, though. And then another former Everton player who I played alongside, Nikita Paris, who's found form, who's had that chance to have continuous starts for Manchester United because Alessia Russo has been out injured, but she's trying to find a home. Nikita Paris, she was very much at home at Everton, but went off abroad and then to Manchester City, and he's back here at Manchester United, scored in the last game, and as an England player wanting to get minutes on the board ahead of the World Cup next summer. I hope she doesn't score today.
No bias at all, though, from our co-commentator today. Adam Hersig is the referee at a very blowy Walton Hall Park, but a really good atmosphere here, a sellout crowd. They are really trying to make this their home, as Tony Duggan, one of our pundits today, was alluding to. Really struggled to find that consistency last season with a lot of managerial changes and a lot of change in personnel as well under Brian Sorensen, who is, I'm sure, receiving tactical instructions as opposed to listening to his playlist on that AirPod he's got in his ear there. We're just about ready for kickoff. Manchester United are second in the WSL table just because their name starts with an M. Identical records with Arsenal. The goals scored, goals conceded, and points won, of course. Arsenal play later on, so they can steal a march on them with a win today. And before kickoff, both sets of players continue to take the knee. Important message that needs to keep getting through. Here we go then, underway at Walton Hall Park. Everton against Manchester United. And we're still very early on in the season, but as we keep mentioning, because of the low amount of teams in this league, any slip-up can be very difficult to get back from.
Yeah, but Manchester United have dealt with everything in front of them in this opening 4 games, 4 wins out of 4. As you said, not played, you know, what could be traditionally the strongest 3 teams, Arsenal, Chelsea or Manchester City. But Everton, who are in form and rejuvenated, as you mentioned, under Brian Sorensen, galvanised, will be a tough test today. Certainly the win that you mentioned in Everton's favour in this first half.
Here is Hayley Ladd for Manchester United. And now Zellum tries the ball over the top. And it's latched onto. Really well by Hannah Blundell. Here's Lucia Garcia. Dispossessed. The ball forward towards Benison. She battles for it, and Everton try and come down the line. Just out of play.
May Le Tissier has been excellent for Manchester United, playing at right centre-half today. The move from Brighton. But I'm looking forward to seeing Aggie Beever-Jones, actually, a Chelsea loanee for Everton, starting on that left-hand side for Everton today. An attacking player, a youth international. The first time I personally will have seen her live.
Signed a new deal with Chelsea until 2025 before joining on loan, so clearly on the Chelsea sea has a future there. But out in the WSL to get more minutes, was on loan at the Championship last season with Bristol City. Mary Earps, yet to be beaten this season, following on from a terrific summer. Everton trying to press up high with Jess Park, but that's really neatly played out from the back by United. Torres Dottir plays it to Galton. And now Ladd going direct over the top for Garcia.
Look how open Ella Toon is in the middle.
An untimely slip from Garcia. A deep cross from Torres Dottir. And that wasn't far away at all. That really held up in the wind.
Well, Farrah Williams was talking about Ella Toon's runs and her football brain before the match, and this is just another example. Completely opened Everton up, and you see how difficult, you know, any goalkeeper will tell you they'd rather play in driving rain than they would in the conditions that they're in today, because it's so hard. It affects the flight of the ball. The way that United are playing, the ball is holding up. The way that Everton are playing, I'd be shooting from anywhere. You know, as hard as Mary Earps is to be beaten this season, this will be a big test.
Ladd helps it on. Didn't quite have enough legs to see it out of play. Zellum claiming the handball, and offside flag is up against Garcia, who came from an offside position.
Yeah, excellent defensive line there from Everton. Quickly got up together. As you said, playing 2 Manchester United players offside. Really good unified movement there.
Here is Gabby George. Bit of space over on the far side now. Graham trying to find Beaver Jones, but it's really well read by Letitia. Stunning start to her Manchester United career with a brace in the opening game against Reading, and has helped the defence keep 5 straight clean sheets to start the season. 4, I should say. Be presumptuous. It's Everton who played a game more. 3 wins, 2 losses. It's Millie Turner closing in on Mary Earps, but Katie Zellem provides the option, and they're out once again.
Excellent, calm, slick play through the back line.
Again, they're going direct, Manchester United. Garcia into Toon! A really good save from Brosnan. Everton have been caught out a couple of times.
Well, with the numbers of Manchester United players flooding forward, seemingly completely unmarked, and Ella Toon pulls a good save out of Courtney Brosnan, but that's twice in a row that Ella Toon has found herself completely unmarked. It's a lovely ball, and that's why you play out from the back, is to be able to pinpoint that space. But it's 3v2 at the back. You know, Everton, Brian Sorensen will not be happy how easy that's been for Manchester United, and could be 2-0 down at this point.
A corner kick for Everton, which Katie Zellem will take. She is one of the best at these dead ball situations. Has scored direct from corners in the past. It's another good delivery, really good commanding header away. Torres Dottir gets some contact. Letitia does well to keep possession. Zellem. Harris will struggle to keep that one in. The pressure relieved for now for Everton.
Yeah, it's been more Manchester United with regards to possession in their final third and creating, carving chances open. Mark Skinner will be a little disappointed. His team have not made one count yet. They've had that ruthless streak in them this season, Manchester United.
Well, they did struggle last weekend, just the 1 goal against bottom of the table Leicester. Everton's main improvement has been the defence since Brian Sorensen came in the off-season. 4 conceded, 3 of those were against Chelsea. Everton trying to box Man United in, but they've shown already, so far at least, that they are confident when under pressure, playing out. Harris trying to turn and drawing a good foul. Free kick.
He's very good at that, Nikita Paris. You can see drew out Vicky Sevic into that kind of midfield role, uses her body to shield the ball, Nikita Paris, and allow the contact to draw the foul.
Lovely feet. Away from Hannah Bennison, who was furthest forward, trying to apply the press. And again, Everton left a little light at the back, 2 against 2, with Parrish trying to surge past Catherine Vi. Did well to see it out in the end, but looking a little exposed, Everton, once again.
Yeah, Gabby George actually making an excellent recovery run to track Ella Toon, who on previous occasions has been left unmarked. So got to close those gaps, Everton. Certainly the win, Manchester United have been able to hold the ball up, and it's allowing players to come and join in with the play.
It's Finnegan, academy product. Park picks up the loose ball. Lovely feet, a sharp turn. George loses out to Torres Dottir. Here's Leah Galton. Paris in support. A vital touch there from Sevica.
Everton have got to try and find Hannah Bennison's feet. She's been marshalled by Hayley Ladd screening her in front. Her movement's excellent. She's trying to make runs to get on the ball, Hannah Bennison. Just needs them into feet. The ball over the top is just going to run out for Everton.
Record signing last season, Hannah Bennison from Rosengard. But like most of the Everton team, bit of a struggle in the last campaign.
So much going on behind the scenes in the last year, 18 months at Everton, that were hugely unsettling for all the players. Good to see them. It feel a stable kind of a stable ship at the moment.
Torres Dottir, Norwegian international. Everton look coordinated, but Manchester United still finding the gaps and managing to work their way out from the back as Toon is clipped. United get things going quickly with Blundell, and now Garcia, summer addition from Bilbao. These look very impressive.
Just looking at Ella Toon's movement, there's Natalie Bjorn, who's playing holding midfield for Everton. Got to be a conversation between her and Meg Finnegan, who's playing central defence of Everton, who's taking her, passing her on.
Garcia wins the flick on towards Paris, trying to get around Saveka. Tidying up was Katrin Vi, but she's given it away. And again, Vi back there, tidying up. Two away from Bjorn. Advantage played. Two not happy with that challenge. Bjorn stepping in. Ladd winning that one. Now here's Jess Park. Manchester City loanee. Really well worked by United. Showing some crisp passing and moving. And they're up the pitch now. Garcia. Lucy Graham was there. Cut out the cross. A free kick for Everton.
Good tracking back from Everton, but I'll tell you what, if I was in goal for Everton, if I was Courtney Brosnan, I'd be screaming at my defenders, ensuring that they're locking onto their players, because I was looking there were two Everton defenders, but neither of them within a few yards of...
Here comes the cross from Galton, teeing up Paris. And that's 1-0 for Manchester United. Nikita Paris with back-to-back goals for her new club. They've been threatening, and now they have their goal. 1-0 to the visitors.
You could see it coming, as you mentioned there. Nikita Paris, respectful in her celebrations, but time after time after time, Manchester United get the ball forwards far too easily. No pressure on the ball for the ball flighted in. And there's no communication across the back line. If Courtney Brosnan in Everton goal is coming for that, she has to let her players know. The ball just flighted in. Looks like Meg Finnegan doesn't get a shout, and it's the simplest of finishes, but there looks to be some discord, lack of communication across the back line for Everton. And Nikita Paris accepts the gift.
So an early lead for United, who have started this game on a much more sure footing. Nudge in the back from Torres Dottir on Jess Park. It's a whole host of errors leading up to that goal. No pressure on the ball from the Zellum cross. And as you mentioned, Brosnan caught in a position she didn't want to be in. Left an open goal for Paris.
I'm fuming as a former Everton goalkeeper, just thinking what I would be trying to do, trying to implement. Organising your defence is absolutely 100% your remit as a goalkeeper. I want to see a leader at the back, because they're basic errors that Manchester United are going to capitalise on time and time again.
This is promising though. Gabby George galloping away, loads of options in the middle. Gabby George goes for goal. Decent save from Earps, the angle was tight. Perhaps she could have picked out a teammate. Ella Toon down. And the referee's gonna have to stop this.
Gabby George, former Manchester United academy player, came to Everton as a senior player and joined when I was there, because there was no Manchester United senior women's team at that time. What a run, eh? Down that left-hand side, just gallops past endless number of players. Does she pick the right option? She makes Mary Earps make an excellent save. You can see why Brian Sorensen's put his faith in transforming Gabby George into a flying winger. But Mary Earps does everything well, gets outside the line of the post, gets big, and gives her not too many options. This is the challenge from Meg Finnegan. Nothing wrong with that, going for the ball, eyes on the ball, but into the soft spot of Ella Toon.
I hope that Ella Toon's just a bit winded and she'll be able to continue. And Mary Earps, though, making a really good save and has played every single minute of WSL football since Manchester United were promoted from the Championship. This is her 63rd consecutive WSL game, 29 clean sheets so far. An unbelievable record. And as you were mentioning, Rachel, the Courtney Brosnan error and perhaps the lack of communication, Mary Earps certainly not shy about that. She's using this time to have a word with her defence here.
You have to, when there's dead time like this, you have to go, and because, you know, when it's loud, it's winding, and you can't communicate as easily as you want to. These are the absolutely crucial times when you've got to unpick any things that are not going quite right, and that is absolutely one of Mary Earps's excellent attributes. And, you know, we're seeing them on display for Manchester United. We saw them in the summer at the Women's Euros, and she, as Farah mentioned in the build-up, a key part of why this back five has been so stingy this season. You know, a lot of what you do as a goalkeeper is to prevent shots actually happening and put people in the right places to stop forward lines getting through. You know, if you have nothing to do as a goalkeeper, that's your job done.
Well, you don't get the glory for that, though. You want the spectacular saves.
Nah.
That's just me as a rookie. Huge gust of wind. We need a bit of ballast up here in the commentary box.
Sorry, I just got blown over there and unplugged my earphones. Couldn't hear you.
That's given away. Bjorn. And now Park. Wanting a bit of support here, Jess Park, but she gets a low ball in. It's an awkward one. Ladd will just about get there, and good advantage play by the referee, because Manchester United are away again. Blundell down the line, but a sharp turn from Katrin Veit. She's got boundless energy, the Danish international, and here comes Gabby George once again. Flag is up against Aggie Beever-Jones.
Oh, that was a rookie error from Aggie Beever-Jones, because it's a lovely run from Gabby George and just strays. No need to do that, because she's in plenty of space, hugging that touchline down the left-hand side. And that was, you know, 4 plays forward for Everton there. It was a promising opportunity. Just prior to that, loved the crunching tackle from Claire Wheeler. Not seen Claire Wheeler, the Australian, yet this season live for Everton. Came into the club last season, was injured. Is back in good form now.
It's a good header from Bjorn. Good hustling from Beaver Jones, who comes away with it. Blundell gets back and plays the ball to Earps. If it ain't taped down, by the way, it might be going on the pitch. We need. It's extremely windy up here. Here is Vi, former Arsenal defender, won the title under Joe Montemuro in 2019. Maybe one touch too many, and Manchester United win it back. Torres Dottir, picked up by Garcia. Sells Elatoon short, and now here come Everton. It's 3 versus 3. Benison onto Park. Good challenge from Torres Dottir.
And that one time that Everton found Hannah Benison's feet and she could pick the ball up and run at that back line, lay it off to Jess Park, who's been excellent. The game at Anfield, the Merseyside derby, she was absolutely shining in that game. But glimmer as hope for Everton.
Manchester United haven't lost to Everton in the WSL. 5 wins, 1 draw. That was the last game here at Walton Hall Park. Everton wanting to buck that trend.
You can see that relationship between Maggie Beaver-Jones and Gabby George is still developing. Don't think played, or certainly not started together on that left-hand side so far this season, but plenty of speed and endeavour and attacking play down that side is causing Hannah Blundell a little bit of problems.
Millie Turner, great to see her back. Missed the second half of last season. Very worrying issue with an artery in her neck. Past fit to play, and she's played every single second this season. Has formed a really good partnership with Mare Letitia.
Yeah, another former Everton player, Millie Turner, played alongside Gabby George for a couple of seasons at Everton centre-halves, and know her family. And it was a very worrying time last year. It's something pretty obscure, but great to see her back out.
Letitia sends it forward. Skips away. Vi judges it well. Finnegan. Again, Torres Dottir has managed to prevent Park from doing any damage so far, winning the battle, but still a long way to go. Elatoon on a barge her way past. It's picked up by Leah Galton, and now Toon. Harris again uses her body well to win a foul in a good area for Manchester United.
Yeah, definite foul. Elatoon's been a little bit quieter since she got clattered into about 10 minutes ago, but still, I mean, absolutely, skill levels Elatoon are wonderful. This time, Hannah Benison, striker's tackle, clip of the heels. Nikita Paris was ready for it, and a chance for Katie Zellem, dead ball specialist.
Zellem delivers towards the back post, and Turner picked up by Torres Dottir. Lucy Graham is down.
Yeah, it's a fair challenge, just a clash of heads. could see Katie Zallen was aiming for Millie Turner at the back post. Millie Turner catches a bit of Lucy Graham. As the protocol is correctly followed, the referee blows. Maybe a drop ball. Didn't seem to be any reaction or anything worrying when she went down, straight back up, fully aware of where she is, where she was, and no cuts, so carry on.
But don't forget, tonight, Women's Football Show, 11:30 on BBC One, straight after Match of the Day 2. And next Sunday, we have Leicester against Arsenal for you on the red button. And we start at 1:45. Manchester United get us back underway with Hayley Ladd. Galton wins the header. An easy one for Brosnan. Aggressive press from Manchester United. Nicely done from Vi. Park's flick doesn't quite come off, but could still be something here. Though the referee wasn't happy with that challenge.
Yeah, just a little pull, wasn't it, on May Letitia. But good building out of the back from Everton. Well, there's too much in that, really. Gabby George just didn't lock arms or didn't grab onto her shirt, but enough to impede her.
Ladd allowed to turn. Aims for Garcia. Ladd recovers, and now here's Ella Toon. Good idea. And the goalkeeper Brosnan has bowled it straight out to Torres Dottir. Here's Toon.
Yeah, great reading from Courtney Brosnan of that ball from Ella Toon into Lucia Garcia. Prevented the danger.
Bjorn the furthest forward now for Everton, trying to put Earps under pressure. Letitia could see scanning before she received the ball. Knew exactly where the next pass should be. That flick, though, from Paris has put her team under pressure. Park, not the greatest of passes. And Man United taking a few goes to get this one clear. Ladd forcing Blundell to retreat towards goal. Letitia. Catherine Vi under pressure from Paris. Well, since conceding, it's been a good response from Everton. It's a bit of a lack of composure.
Yeah, composure and quality really in that final third. Impressed with both teams playing themselves out of trouble in tight spaces, one touch. Really good quality.
Blundell, oh, she's giving it away. Here's Jess Park again. Left the ball behind. She's showing glimpses, Park, of her quality and how dangerous she can be. Such technical ability.
Yeah, I actually think it'll suit her in the second half better when the ball can be stood up and held up, and you know, with grass in front of her, she'll beat most people on this pitch. But Manchester United have dealt with her excellently so far.
There won't be any clean sheet for Everton, but they've kept 3 already this season. They kept 4 in the entire season last year. Just a little illustration of the improvements that have been made.
Yeah, and although Brian Sorensen is his first full season, he actually spent quite a lot of time with the squad last season, getting to know them, understanding what the qualities and skill sets were of the team, probably trying to implement his how he wanted to play, even though he wasn't the acting head coach at the time. And you can certainly see those improvements from last season.
Bjorn challenged. Referee's happy with that. Here's Ella Toon. Garcia with space, and that was a poor pass from Ella Toon. Should have been a fairly easy one into the path of Garcia.
Yeah, and a bit of respite for Everton. Ella Toon a little perplexed as to why that free kick was given. But the pressure from the Reds, the front line, the press was relentless, and they did it really well, like, together.
Finnegan. Headed clear by Torres-Dottir. Bjorn. Good play from Benison. Beaver Jones away from Zellum. Might open up for Beaver Jones.
And that's exactly what Brian Sorensen have been telling them before the game. Picking the ball up wide, driving past, get central. Not on her preferred foot, Maggie Beaver Jones. Not a huge test for Mary Earps, but like everything, she deals with the basics excellently well, Mary Earps.
Well, why not in these conditions? Unpredictable.
Got to make decisions a lot quicker as well when the wind's against you as a goalkeeper.
Beaver Jones, lovely turn. Lucy Graham's in acres of space, but over to the far side it goes, and Jess Park trying to get around Blundell. It's put out of play for a corner kick.
Yeah, couldn't take any chances there, Mary Earps at the near post. An improvised save, really down at a near post. Manchester United players protesting that it was already gone out of play. We'll see from this angle now, possibly the whole ball hadn't quite gone out of play. Had to make that. But a great run from Jess Park.
Corner taken short. In by Vine, away by Torres-Dottir. A very solid game so far. Down head injury for Torres-Dottir after she cleared the ball.
Lovely bit of skill actually off the corner, Jess Park. Through the legs of the on-rushing defender. Didn't see the incident, whether it was a clash of heads. We'll see it now. Torres-Dottir, no. It's just the power of the driven, wind-assisted ball into the box. It was a rather flat one, wasn't it? Maybe just gets underneath it.
Headache-inducing when you get it right on the top of the head.
It's a rattler in it.
No chances taken. So Manchester United with the advantage with the goal from Nikita Paris, and you've got to say it was way too easy for Paris.
Yeah, it was, and it was, the alarm bells had already been ringing a couple of times. Everton had been opened up too easily, but this time a miscommunication. Courtney Brosnan comes out, shouldn't have done, should have stayed. And the header drops to Nikita Paris on a pitch in a place that she knows very, very well. And just slots the ball home. Former Everton Academy player. Been here for a long, long time.
Does have a habit of scoring against them, though. 5 goals while she was with City. Another one here with United. This will be a concern. We'll have to monitor Torres Dottir. They already have Ona Badia out with concussion.
You have the option of concussion substitutes. You may well see that being used. Wait and see.
Approaching the final 10 minutes of the first half. Everton slowly but surely starting to impose themselves on this game.
Yeah, after opening sort of 10-15 minutes where it's all United and they were cutting them open, Ryan Sorensen will be much more pleased.
George, good first touch, pulls it back, Beaver-Jones turns, blocked, and away. A couple of appeals for handball.
There were immediate shouts for handball from a few Everton players.
Jess Park starting to cause a few problems with her skill.
This is where Everton will be feeling they've got a chance, 10 minutes to go, they're building momentum, they had sustained territory in that final third for the first time really in this match. See, good turn from Maggie Beaver-Jones, and it does pop up and hit the arm of Hannah Blundell, but because it's come off of her foot, no penalty.
Nothing she could have done about that one. But another really good burst from Gabby George. There was the hand of Blundell, but I'm not even sure VAR would have given that one.
No, by the laws of the game, if it deflects up off of the body, the foot, no penalty.
Garcia asking a bit too much of Hannah Blundell. Beaver-Jones.
She's been everywhere, Beaver-Jones. Down the right-hand side, down the left-hand side. Similar to Gabby George, really, have kind of drifted across, being central at times as well. Like her ability to drive with the ball.
19 years old. Everton do have the youngest average age squad in the WSL, so mistakes, errors, bit of inconsistency is to be expected. They've certainly managed to keep Manchester United at bay. And since that goal, United haven't really created an awful lot.
No, you're right. Katia Vai has kept Lucia Garcia pretty quiet. Down that left-hand side for Everton. And Ella Toons drifted out of the game somewhat.
Here's Galton. Here is Ella Toon to Torres Dottir. Zellum challenged cleanly. Again, if Hannah Bennison had taken that in her possession, it would have been a very promising position. 2 against 2.
Yeah, again, to feet would have been the preference. So hard to judge the flight of the ball. Both the player playing it and the receiver of the ball. Anna Bennison's a player with the ball at her feet. Technically excellent. Katie Zellam's been brilliant for Manchester United and ever present since they came up.
Apologies if you did pick up any bad language there. Just you wait till half-time in the dressing room with Rachel Brown-Finnis to try and stop her from getting into the Everton dressing room at half-time. Talk about that goal they conceded. Here's Hayley Ladd. Finds Toon. Blundell. Cross swung in by Letitia. Finnegan gets there first. United now having a spell. Good possession, good pressure. Wheeler, nicely done, but out of play from Bjorn.
Yeah, I think Everton have looked a lot more assured. Oh, I was hoping that this wouldn't happen. We're quite exposed up in this gantry, aren't we? And the rain cloud has just burst.
Right in our direction. Winter is coming. Katrin Vi. Took 3 of them to bring her down.
Yeah, those mazy runs that Vi has gone on have been really tricky for Manchester United to deal with. The referee will be glad, sorry, Everton will be glad that she can retake this. Good strength from Vi. Just that little tug from Garcia.
Tenacious player. Finnegan down the line.
Needed to go, didn't it? Just a few seconds earlier, Bennison had made that run. Finnegan dwelled on it. But that was the one on the ground to feet. Good run from Bennison. And Everton need to make this last sort of 10 minutes where you felt that a goal could come for Everton. Got to make this count. Manchester United have been resilient though so far.
A free kick for Everton. The swirling wind on Merseyside.
This is driving, this is not swirling.
I'll bow to your greater knowledge of this part of the country. Bennison puts it right on Mary Earps. You can see why she did that with these conditions, but an easy one in the end.
Saying that the ball in the air is so hard to judge whether it's the player on the receiving end or the player playing it, and with that, it just drifts gratefully for Mary Earps into her arms. You can see Anna Bennison took some off it, kind of undercut it to hold it up as much as she could.
Well, if you're sitting at home watching this with a cup of tea, you'll be able to enjoy the thoughts of Tony Duggan, Anita Asante, Farrah Williams with Alex Scott. The outside studio was a good idea today.
At least we've got a pitch-side team who don't like to moan about the weather.
No, clearly unlike the commentators. Here is Wheeler. 2 minutes remaining. If Everton can keep it like this, be a lot of hope going into the second half, because I think last season the floodgates would open, wouldn't they? And then the game would be gone, and that's not the case
Yeah, I think I called them soft-centred last season, and I think it was justified, and absolutely that issue has been rectified. Other than the opening 10 minutes where it did look a little disorganised, I feel they've rode that little storm and started to cause Manchester United problems. But a Mark Skinner team is a very organised team, as well as having that attractive, creative flair going forwards.
Here's Bjorn. Perhaps one last chance for Everton to draw themselves level. Finnegan. Ladd sticks a leg out, cleared by Torres Dottir. Blundell. Conditions worsening here. Toon trying to slip it through for Paris. Well cut out. We've got a Manchester United player down here. Play goes on.
You know, when people ask, do you really miss playing football? It's moments like this.
Where you prefer to be playing than up here?
Well, I think I'm up here, you know, with multiple layers on and watching you try and judo style. Hold on to your book as well as remain on your height adjusting box you're on.
Staying on my feet like the good defender I am. Just 4 minutes of extra time remaining here. Quite a few injuries in the first half.
I think Mark's going to be glad to have got that early goal from Nikita Paris and dominated those early stages.
Garcia to Blundell. Everton need to hold on. Cross swung in towards Galton. Good header by Lucy Graham. Clever from Galton. Lovely back heel to set Torres Dottir down the line. Finnegan gets her head to it. Manchester United ending the half the stronger. Oh, Mary Earps knew exactly what she was doing, I'm sure. Torres Dottir did well to get there first. Here's Lucy Graham. Good running behind from Beaver Jones. The centre, though, lacked a bit of power, cleared by Torres Dottir.
Still time for Everton, well mopped up by Manchester United at the back. You see that belief that Everton have got.
Catherine Vi. And now George. It's Claire Wheeler, the Australian. Enjoying British winter. Toon wins the header. Garcia couldn't quite latch onto that one, and the flag's gone up anyway for offside. One minute remaining of stoppages. Very competitive first half.
Yeah, it's been excellent. I've enjoyed watching both teams impress their style of play upon the other team. Looking competent and confident in doing so, playing out from the back.
It's brilliant play from Benison. George is allowed to run unopposed and find Jess Park. Here's Wheeler, trying to slip it through. Too many red shirts in the way.
Yeah, excellent defending from United. Knew they needed to get bodies round and not allow Wheeler to get a shot off. Tempting distance. See how they're really packing centrally, congesting things, making Everton go out wide.
Half-time then, a slender lead at the break for Mark Skinner's Manchester United. Thanks to Nikita Parris's goal, capitalising on an error at the back for Everton. But it's been pretty even, apart from that goal for Manchester United. Anything Everton you feel need to do better or to get back into this game, Rachel?
Well, they've got to continue the good habits of defensively and shape-wise and organisation. That back line that they put into place after Nikita Parris had scored, and because it did look like there was some lack of communication and organisation across the back six, as it were, or four, with the goalkeeper and those central three. Someone's taken responsibility for locking on to Ella Toon, and she's been very quiet as well since that change. I think it was when Ella Toon went down, actually, and both teams had a chance to regroup and talk about what's gone right, what's gone wrong. And since then, Everton needs to come out and do the same second half.
Half-time at Walton Hall Park. Everton 0, Manchester United 1. If you need us, we'll be under the desk.
They're actually waving at us up there while they're nice and dry. But Tony, it's a nice pitch, but it's always like that here.
Oh, yeah.
It's exposed.
Oh, sick of it, sick of this weather.
Let's talk matters on the pitch, Farah. Manchester United going 1-0 up, and would you say in control of the game?
Yeah, very much so. I think they've controlled most of the first half. I think they could have exploited wide areas a lot more if they used it. The goal come from a wide area. So I think, you know, Everton had the win behind them in the first half. I expected a lot more. They're playing with a formation that's very front-footed, but they haven't been a front-footed team in this first 45 minutes.
Yeah, Tony, what would be going on in the changing room right now? How is your manager? What tactics does he deliver at half-time?
Just from what the girls have been working on, I can see from the press, we're trying to be on our front foot, but I think the midfield need to get up with them. I think Mary Earps is doing really well when it's going back to us, pausing on the ball and finding the six. I think if Nat Bjorn can get up, or Claire Wheeler, get in there and get a stop to it, because it's a bit too easy to play out, especially in the first 10 minutes when they scored their goal as well.
Yeah, well, let's actually talk about that goal, Anita. Nikita Parris, a former club, so the celebrations were a little bit muted, but it's a second goal on the bounce now for Nikita Parris.
Yeah, the point is Nikita Parris is finding herself in the right position, you know, to be there to finish. But obviously it's off a Everton mistake, in my opinion, you know, poor communication as well that's led to them getting that chance. And as you can see here, you know, she picks up the ball, they pick up the ball, Man United, they keep, you know, working Everton in those channels, don't they? And looking for that direct ball into the box. Mix of communication between the goalkeeper and the defender there, and she's able to capitalise her tap-in.
Yeah, I think especially with the angle of where the ball's coming from, it's coming from Zellum and it's obviously Golton on the far post. I think it's Megan Finnegan there that's challenging. The goalkeeper has to allow the defender in this position to defend first. Stay on your goal line. Because she doesn't stay on the goal line, it allows an empty net for Nikita Parris to put the ball in. But here the communication's really poor at the back for Everton, Tony.
I agree, Meg Finnegan's one of our best headers, so I think Courtney just needs to let Meg do a job there. But, you know, Courtney's been brilliant for us so far this season, so as we know, mistakes happen, but hopefully it can be rectified in the second half.
Yeah, Farah, you've seen areas that Manchester United seem to be exploiting Everton in the wide areas, the channels.
Yeah, definitely. Everton are playing with a back three, and then they have wing backs, but what the wing backs are doing, they're getting drawn to the Man United fullbacks, which is allowing big spaces in the wide areas here as we see the ball. But I just don't think Man United are playing it quick enough. On this occasion, they did it early and they create a chance from it. But I think the ball could have been a little bit better there for Toon. But still, great save from the keeper. But here, watch the fullback. What I'm saying, the wing back gets drawn in. That slight movement forward towards the ball allows the space in the channel. And if Man United can see this a little bit earlier, I believe they can get more chances against this Everton back line.
Do you think that's the difference, Anita? Because it's those little fine details. If that ball is fizzed along the floor, that could actually lead to a goal.
Absolutely, and that would make the difference in putting the game to bed and making it difficult for Everton, who's going to come out half-time with more intensity. That ball's just laid nicely across the floor. It's easy tapping, and instead it's forced to save out the goalkeeper.
OK, Tony, it's still 1-0 though, and Everton have had their chances. Gabby George getting in a couple of times, and actually a potential handball.
I had this debate with Farah. Obviously, I'm going to stick up for the Blues and say it was handball. I think it was accidental, but they have been given. Yeah, Gabby's doing well out there at wing back. She's done well so far this season, and as you can see, Hannah Blundell goes to ground, and it's not the first one. It bounces off her leg and hits her arm, but I'm going to be shouting handball all day because it's for my team, but
I just don't know, To. Where can she put her arm? Look,
no, I agree.
As the shot comes in, she's sliding to block the shot here. You can see Hannah Blundell, so she's sliding. Where's her trailing arm supposed to go other than to go on the floor? For me, it's not a penalty.
Yeah, as I say, it's accidental, but I'm shouting for it every day of the week.
I always give the defender the benefit of the doubt, and I don't think it's a penalty.
Well, we just highlighted Gabby George, and she's getting forward, Anita, and getting really involved.
Yeah, I think, Gabby George she's adapted her game. They're utilising her in much higher positions. Here she's able to join in the attack higher up the pitch, and they pick up the ball here, Everton. She pushes that ball forward, finds herself in and around the box, and she gets a shot off and forces the goalkeeper with the save.
She's certainly done better since she's changed flanks. So they started the game and they played opposite. So Gabby George is left-footed. She started out on the right-hand side and Graham started on the left. And since switching, I think Gabby George has certainly been more involved on that left-hand side, more natural to take the ball forward. Here, I mean, the angles are closed off. I know when we was in the stand, we thought she maybe could have slid her teammate in, but I feel like the angle was closed off from Zellum, and the only option is to shoot there for her.
Yeah, Marriott is still not conceded a goal this season. Tony, what would you like to see from Everton in the second half?
I think it's that final ball, that final third. That's where we've struggled. It was the same against Chelsea the other week. We had opportunities, but that final ball wasn't there. We've got a young front three. We've got Gabby and Lucy. Lucy's a midfielder and Gabby's normally a centre-half. So it's just getting them final balls right. But I'm sure it'll come. Obviously, we're a new team. We're creating chances, but it just needs to be a little bit better, a little bit sharper in that final third.
OK, and the sun is coming out. There's lots of positives.
Thank God out.
Well, there was no WSL games yesterday, so it most definitely is a Super Sunday in the Women's Super League. 5 games currently going on at the moment. As you can see there, current champions Chelsea drawing against Aston Villa. The late kickoff sees Arsenal going to West Ham. 6:45 kickoff for you in that one. Let's continue, Tony, to chat a bit more about Everton. Tell us a bit more, give us some more insight into your manager, because predominantly his managerial career has been over in Denmark. But what has he brought to your team?
A philosophy, an identity, and that's definitely what we were lacking last year. As you can see, the girls are getting on the board. They're trying to be confident. They're trying to be brave. He's changed position of numerous players, as we've spoke about. Lucy Graham, Gabby George. He's brought in young talent, as we spoke about earlier. Jess Park, Aggie Beaver-Jones. We've got Gio on the bench as well, who's on loan from Arsenal. So he hasn't had enough time yet to put his full stamp on it. Obviously, he's only been in charge for 3 months, but you can already see that the early signs are there. He's a top manager, and around the club he's very positive, he's driven, and the girls know what they're doing. He'll have them in there now. He'll be ironing out any problems, and I'm sure we'll see a different side in the second half.
I agree with Tony. I think that's what, they had lots of changes last season in terms of managers, and the identity wasn't there for Everton. I think what he's brought is that identity. You can clearly see that there's a clear game plan for this Everton team. They like to play out with the ball. They're more possession-based now, and he's certainly brought that average age down. I think the average age, Alex, is now around 25.
25,
so
yeah.
He's brought the average age down. He wants to build, so he's not here for the short term. And I think for Everton, the stability will be good for the players.
When you look at Everton's fixtures coming up, though, Anita, they have got a hard run ahead of them.
They definitely have, and obviously these are the games where you know, they would like to obviously pick up points against a Man United side, but this is also a very tough competition in the WSL, and it is a long-term project. You know, already they're making massive strides compared to last season, where they really struggled at the bottom of the table, and I think they're putting themselves in the best position to meet those teams in the upcoming weeks.
They're playing the 4 teams, Alex, that they're going to be competing for that 3rd spot. So today they've got Man United, they've got Tottenham coming up, who arguably are fighting for that, Manchester City the following week after that, and then Arsenal. So you're right, they are a tough run of fixtures, but if you are wanting to compete and show ambition, these are the teams you need to take points off, Tony.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's the next level for us. I think this year we're starting to beat the teams that are in and around us, but if we want to take our game to the next level, we want to be fighting for Champions League and competing at the top, we have to be beating Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, and getting better results. The result recently against Chelsea, we did lose 3-1, but the performance was much, much better than we've ever done against the top side. So the signs are positive, but there's still a bit further to go.
Okay, well, there is a lot going on BBC. And just a reminder, actually, you can catch all the games, all the goals tonight in the Women's Football Show. You can catch that one straight after Match of the Day 2. And there's plenty more to come on BBC Sport as well, because in the next few days, you've got England women playing their opening game of the Rugby League World Cup against Brazil on Tuesday at 1:45 on BBC 2. And you can find out more about their story in the Women of Steel documentary, which is on the iPlayer right now, as is this.
I'm here to see what we can do with this club.
Our aim is to win the league and get promoted.
I do find it hard juggling the football and the work.
Come on!
To bring it home, you have to start somewhere. Squad goals. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
OK, let's get some more views on today's game with Maz Faruqi, who was one of Everton's injured players right now.
Thanks, Alex. We're also dodging the weather here in the touchline. I'm with Nico Sorensen, Everton's injured Danish international. I want to talk to you about the first half in a moment, Nico. But first, your ACL injury was about a year ago, I think you suffered. How's the comeback going? I know you're back in training now.
Yeah, so next week's going to be my first full week of training with the girls. So I'm just so excited. And yeah, then it's going to be 4 weeks of full training and then hopefully playing games. So it's close now and I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm sure they're excited and delighted to have you back. Just on this first half then here, you know, how disappointed do you think the team will be in the manner of the way that they perhaps had a lapse in concentration to let United in to score the opening goal?
Yeah, that was an annoying goal, annoying time, and we know we can do better, and I'm sure that's what Brian have told the girls, and I'm sure that's what we're going to see in the second half. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a better second half, and we'll go back into the game again.
That said, you know, obviously after the disappointment of conceding that goal, Everton really grew back into the game. I mean, there's loads and loads of positives for the players and Brian to talk about at half-time.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing I think we need to focus on, that we've grown into the game and we've created a lot of opportunities. So it's just that final detail in the last final third, but I'm sure we'll get our chances and going to get back into the game.
I guess the biggest challenge is, of course, Everton have got to do what no side has managed yet in the WSL this season, and that's to score against Manchester United. I mean, what do you think Brian will be saying to the players to try and get back into this one?
Yeah, that's definitely going to be us that's going to break that. Yeah, now, as I said before, it's just about taking the right decision and go in the right moments. And that's always the hard part of football. When is it to go and when is to keep the ball? But I'm sure Brian has talked through a lot of the situation and it's going to get a lot better in the second half.
We'll see. Yeah, Everton with work to do to get back into this one in the second half.
Thank you, Maz. Well, it does. We're looking behind us right now, and Tony, it does seem like Brian has decided to make a couple of substitutions.
Yeah, I can see Izzy Christensen coming on and also Katia Snoyce, which is a good move for us. Katia's number 9 focal point. I think we're missing that, we're lacking that. I think Anna Bennison's a great player, but she's not out-and-out number 9, so hopefully a few chances come her way, and then Izzy Christensen brings a lot of energy, a lot of experience, and hopefully she can get on the front foot, as we talked about earlier, pressing that Manchester United midfield.
What dynamic will they change in there, Anita, with those two subs, do you think?
Well, I think Snows coming into the front line will allow Everton to stretch the game more, because it was quite short with Bennison playing as a false 9, and hopefully they can utilise that movement inside the midfield a bit better with a bit more quality.
Yeah, Farah, our former midfielder. Tell us a bit more about Izzy Christensen, her game and what she can bring to this second half.
I think it starts with, Tony mentioned there about they wanting to do a high press, and this formation allows for that high press. I think her energy in midfield will certainly start that attack from her pressing, but when she's on the ball, or even midfielders on on the ball, teammates, she makes them forward runs. I think what you've got to do against this Man United team is run beyond their back line, cause them problems. Anything in front of them is easy. Izzy Christiansen will run beyond them, so hopefully we'll see Man United have to defend in the second half.
But Farah, just a quick one that you also mentioned. Yes, the weather has changed, but you were saying about the wind and Manchester United having that in their favour the second half.
They do have the win with them in the second half, but then that's where the balls from Everton have to be clever, and I think the runs, as I mentioned, from Izzy will benefit this Everton team going forward in the second half.
OK, well, it's been a blowy first half, but let's bring you the best of the action.
Another highly anticipated matchup in the Women's Super League. Manchester United aim to extend their perfect record at the start of the season. Garcia into Toon. Galton teeing up Paris. And that's 1-0 for Manchester United. Might open up for Beaver Jones. If Everton can keep it like this, hope going into the second half.
OK, well, our commentary team have had their cup of tea. Let's get you back over to them. It is Rachel Brown-Finnis alongside Robin Cowan.
Thank you, Alex. We just about managed to finish the drink before it blew away into the field behind us. Anyway, conditions remain the same. A couple of changes for Everton. Izzy Christiansen, Katja Snoes on for Hannah Bennison.
Yeah, and Aggie Beaver-Jones, Christiansen's taken her place on the left side of that front three for Everton.
There is Snoes straight into the action. Gabby George takes over. Bright start for the home side. I don't think either had bad games. Perhaps just a tactical tweak from Brian Sorensen.
Yeah, I think you've got the option with Katja Snoes higher up. Have been a bit more of a focal point. She can run in behind. Hannah Bennison is more of a 10 naturally. You see just right under our noses here. Yellow card brandished to Gabby George. Certainly a strong challenge on Hannah Blundell.
Right in front of the dugouts here.
Yeah, and it's late, so a yellow card is justified for that.
Committed but mistimed from Gabby George, and a yellow card.
Yeah, but what Izzy Christiansen will bring in place of Aggie Beaver-Jones is more experience, more football knowledge, positional play. She'll help both in and out of possession for Everton.
Everton trying to press high. Really impressive once again from Manchester United, and they're out. And they are outnumbering Everton. Paris to Ella Toon. Deflection just wide.
And that's precisely why Manchester United employ that tactic, playing out the back. And look, it's 4-on-2, and you're back Ella Toon to put that in the back of the net. But beautifully, just plays through the third so quickly, and then Nikita Paris picks it up deep, runs with it, slides it out, just really should have been ahead of Ella Toon, and then Ella Toon could have had the option of a strike or two players in the box to pick out. Real textbook play off of the training pitch, that. This will be a tester.
Here's Zellum, just over the head of Turner. That was nearly a perfect counter from Manchester United. So impressive, the way they drew Everton onto them.
It was really a beautiful play to then get out through the holding midfielder. I missed who exactly that was, but it was the central pass through, and that's exactly what Everton are also trying to replicate.
Touch came off Graham, so it's a throw into Manchester United. Manchester United trying to pin Everton in. Galton, Paris. Graham forced back to Finnegan. Graham wins the free kick.
Yeah, well done. Everton did really well to not allow Manchester United, because they're slick in those areas between Leah Galton and Ella Toon. Some beautiful autumnal pictures.
Park, lovely feet, clattered by Hayley Ladd.
Yeah, good twinkle toes feet from Jess Park, gets herself, wriggles herself out of trouble. I imagine that won't be the last one to run out of play. The ball from May Letitia. This is where it's tough, not playing out the back, trying to go long, driving wind. Maybe this is a tactic that Sorensen's mentioned, because in the first half they played out the back every single time.
Bjorn trying to make their way up the line, Everton. Paris anticipates well. Garcia just behind Toon, but that's really well improvised. It's Galton. Can't hit the target.
And that was a beautiful little touch, Mela Toon. That was completely intentional. She knew that if she was trying to take the ball into her path, there were players central for Everton. She just flicked it on for Leah Galton, and she'll be kicking herself. She didn't hit the target from there.
Lovely play from Wheeler. George. Shielded that well. Free kick.
Yeah, really good. Beautiful ball initially to Gabby George. You can see her tugging her shirt and contact. Not sure really if that is a foul, but good incisive run from Gabby George.
George once again, lining with Wheeler. Down the line for Wheeler, can't quite keep it in. A moment of encouragement for Everton though.
Yeah, Wheeler's been up and down, has been that engine in midfield for Everton. Just couldn't quite wrap her foot round there. What Tony Duggan was saying at half-time about that final ball in the final third just hasn't quite been good enough for Everton to unlock Manchester United.
For Man United, we've got to remember, it's a tough nut to crack, so it's going to take something pretty special to break them down, yet to concede.
Mary Earps doesn't do mistakes, so it's going to have to be something brilliant.
George just took her eye off the ball, a vital moment. Might not be an error from Mary Earps, or indeed from Courtney Brosnan, but what to say, could be wind assisted. I wouldn't want to be a goalkeeper at the best of times, but this is really anxiety-inducing for those between the sticks.
It's bottom of my list of choice of conditions.
Torres Dottir once again cuts it out, but that's good pressure from Park to win it back. Here's Graham. Too close to Earps.
Yeah, good presence, Mary Earps there. Just comes out and plucks the ball. Commands the 6-yard box very well. That was a chance for Lucy Graham there. Good press from Everton. We said that when Christensen came on, she's a clever player. She knows exactly what angles to run at to produce an effective press for Everton. Force Mary Earps into a wayward ball there.
Excellent pundit as well as footballer, Izzy Christensen. Won't be getting any criticism from us. Bit of space here though for Leah Galton. Lovely feet, Galton still going! Lovely goal! No one got close to her. And Leah Galton punishes Everton and gives Manchester United a 2-goal lead now.
Well, that was reminiscent of those early chances for Manchester United in the first half. Just carved Everton open, but see here, it's a turnover of possession in the midfield. No pressure on the ball. Again, just ability to slide the ball out to Leah Galton. Nobody stepping towards Leah Galton. Untouched. Nobody put a glove on her. Steps forwards. 30 yards out, 25 yards out, 20 yards out. Still nothing inside the box, and she just picks a spot. Really clinical, good, composed finish from Leah Galton. But defensively, Everton will be hugely disappointed with that.
2-0 to Manchester United, 2 very preventable goals from an Everton perspective. Referee's given a free kick to Everton here. A few complaints from Manchester United. George seeing a lot of the ball on this left-hand side. Clean challenge from Katie Zellum. Receives it back from Garcia. Manchester United, if it stays like this, will be the first team since Manchester City in 2016 to win all 5 of their first WSL games without conceding. And that was the year City won their only WSL title. Though Arsenal become 3rd later on, when they play West Ham United later this evening. Still a lot of time to go, though. Everton trying to up the tempo and play with a bit more purpose.
Yeah, good assured build-up from Everton. It's just those, you said, those 2 monumental, easy openings let them down.
Vi with the cross. Graham couldn't control. Park manages to find Christensen. Very congested though, Graham dispossessed, and again, Paris goes for goal.
She knows. She's played on this pitch so many times, Nikita Paris. Again, it's a quick turnover of possession from Everton and a shot on goal for Manchester United. That's pretty much what happened for the second goal. Everton have got to figure out what to do in that transition.
Good to see Nikita Paris, though, playing with confidence. A disappointing year at Arsenal. She barely played, just didn't quite fit. but we know her capabilities, her quality. It looks like Everton are getting ready to make a couple more changes here. Holmgaard and Stenovic receiving their instructions. Long way back, though, for Everton against a defensively very sound Manchester United. Paris knew she was offside.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what these substitutes mean. 2-0 down with 30 minutes to go.
Goal to pull back by Bjorn.
Yeah, they'll be frustrated, Everton, as much as Manchester United have capitalised on errors and have had that bit of quality when, certainly for the second goal, composure to finish that. There's been lots of positives for Everton. Manchester United have been, certainly the superior and have earned this 2-0 lead so far. For a young fledgling team like Everton.
Zellum whips it in. It's well defended. It's a wicked delivery from Zellum. Here come the changes for Everton. A couple more. Elise Stenovic coming on for Gabby George.
Replacement number 27, Elisa Stenovic. Also coming off for Everton, number 17, Lucy Graham.
So two of the wing-backs coming off, Lucy Graham as well.
Number 28,
and Karen Holmgaard. Coming on in her place. Karen Holmgaard signed in the summer along with her twin sister Sarah, who is back on loan at Fortuna Hjørring.
Yeah, Sorensen's been able to not handpick but take a few former players of Fortuna Hjørring, bring them here to Everton.
Stenovic, Norwegian. She was playing her football in Sweden last season, Eskilstuna. Manchester United, Mark Skinner keeping his powder dry still. And with the likes of Alessia Russo still to get back to full fitness. Rachel Williams as well. Greater options, greater depth to really mount a challenge for the Champions League this time.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that Manchester United, their identity has been excellent, how they've played, but their depth of squad is a huge build on last season.
Vi, Stenovic. Still time for Everton to get back into this. They've shown glimpses, but not quite enough. Really haven't been ruthless. Garcia. Saveco trying to match her, gets a foot in, concedes the corner.
Great break there from Garcia. But well matched by Sevica. Yeah, just watching that bench come over for Manchester United. Likes of Jade Moore coming back as well. Central midfielder. Attacking options of Alessia Russo and Rachel Williams. Lots of England international caps amongst just those three.
Selim's corner.
Thank you.
I don't think we can blame her for that one.
Defeated by the wind, wasn't it, that one?
Sorry, say that again. Trials, we do. Selim did well to win it back, but gives it straight to Brosnan.
Yeah, they were nearly in again, weren't they, Manchester United? Just a misplaced pass, sorry. Look at an easy opening.
Oh, Brosnan just about got there. Trinvai, and he passed it into her own net. Torres Dottir. Goldson trying to pick out Toon. Brosnan quick off her line.
Yeah, starting position is essential. And it was good. Always staying engaged mentally, goalkeepers.
Stenovic. Christensen.
Looked on to sluice there. Izzy Christensen. Like to see Everton try and thread more forward passes when it's on that little half turn, those midfield positions.
Natalie Bjorn spotting the run of Wheeler. Galton makes the clearance. A deft touch from Toon. Harris down under the challenge, but referee waves play on. Burst from Katrin Vai, trying to get away from Garcia, and she does just that. Great strength from Katrin Vai, but the deflection takes it into the gloves of Mary Earps.
Really was an excellent run from Katrin Vai, all the way from her left-back position, drives past Lucia Garcia, sends her flying, but really good defensive play from Blundell. He cemented her starting position, either at left back or right back. Rona Badje probably would start at right back, but will do when she comes back from concussion protocol.
Here's Paris, all on her own at the moment. Does well to hold it up. Finds Galton. Everton have a good foundation on which to build, but as Tony Duggan said at half-time, our pundits, Everton player of course, it is the goal scoring that's proving the difficulty at the moment. 6 goals in 5 games so far, had a couple of 1-0 wins.
Yeah, the rest of the game looks pretty solid, doesn't it? Build-up play from the back looks effective, efficient.
Paris, Garcia. Chance, and the 3rd goal, Hayley Ladd guides Manchester United into a commanding lead here. And that should be the 3 points for Manchester United. Fabulous goal from Hayley Ladd.
Yeah, and this really is the killer blow for Everton. Their hopes really gone now. Decent play from Lucia Garcia, but it breaks so beautifully, so kind of fortuitously in some ways to Hayley Ladd on the edge of the box. Not necessarily renowned for her scoring, but this is a really well-crafted finish. Just used the ball, nurtured, crafted the ball into that top corner. Knew she had the conditions behind it as well, and just sought to find direction and carved out an emphatic scoreline for Manchester United.
Another change for Everton. Laura Galley coming on for Finnegan. And they've conceded 3 against Chelsea. And now they've conceded 3 against Manchester United. Everton, a difficult run coming up. Spurs away, Manchester City at home, and then Arsenal away. Their next 3 WSL fixtures. Christensen in behind, and that's a good ball along the 6-yard box, but no one there, no one anywhere near it, and now Manchester United can break.
Yeah, Snooze has just got to stay high and be that 9 position, because that's where you wanted her to be on the end of that cross. If you're Everton.
Get up, closer.
And they've looked almost less threatening in this second half compared to how they finished that first half. They looked like on the brink of scoring.
You can see the confidence running through Manchester United and their team.
Yeah, just dives in, doesn't she, Natalie Bjorn? Catches Leah Galton, who's still feeling the pain of that tackle.
A couple of changes for Manchester United. Ella Toone coming off.
Also coming off for Manchester United, number 17.
Yeah, she's not had a most stunning game, Ella Toone, but I think that's down to Everton really reducing what she can do, but great to see her best mate heading out onto the pitch. Star of the summer, been struggling with an injury.
Back from injury, Alessia Russo, welcome sight for Manchester United and England fans. Lucy Staniforth also on for Lucia Garcia. Well held, Courtney Brosnan, but what a welcome for Alessia Russo.
Tell you what, that is a great take from Courtney Brosnan there. Plays in the way, but the way she makes that decision, strides through, powers through, and it just stuck, didn't it, in her hands. See where the point of contact, yeah, just runs into a goalkeeper. Doesn't see her, she's backing in, she's not braced for impact. As Courtney Brosnan's coming onto it. Has got all of the momentum. Technically excellent there, Brosnan. All of the momentum goes through Alessia Russo. And absolutely welcome back to the WSL.
Just what you want on your return from injury.
When it's a tad chilly too.
Galley. Snooze dropping deep, but dispossessed. Zelen. Gonna pick out Galton, gets the cross in towards Russo. That was a chance.
And Alessia Russo, everything she touches goes in the back of the net usually. It's a lovely little ball, really nice run as well, ahead of the defender to get first contact. Just blazes it over. Another one for the waiting young people in the field of Walmart Park.
A couple of match balls that have been claimed already. Christensen ploughing a lone furrow. It's the furthest forward, Snooze. One back by Christensen.
Yeah, with Tony Duggan as a 9 or wide player out, and Simone McGill, who was let go end of last season or in the summer from Aston Villa. Not seeing who the number 9 is for Everton. I know Snooze has come on to fulfil that, but she's dropped deeper now and leaving Izzy Christensen further up, but she's not a 9. Bennison's not a 9.
That might be something they move to address in the January window. That's nice play though from Snooze. Finding home guard. Home guard still going. Brilliant save by Earps. She just won't be beaten.
Brilliant run from home guard, wasn't it? Got completely goal side and had the chance to shoot. Really good save from Mary Earps with a foot.
By with the cross. Home guard once again managing to work her way into a good position. Corner kick.
Great feat from home guard, wasn't it? She's the one at the moment who's looking full of energy. Technically excellent, looking to cause Manchester United problems. Mary Earps and her rear guard will be desperate to hang on to that wonderful record they have of clean sheets.
Here comes the corner, just over the head of Stanovic. Staniforth leading the press for Manchester United. Now Russo trying to put Brosnan under pressure. Park. Alvai.
Excellent pressing from Manchester United, forced Everton from that corner. Just went beyond Stanovic at the back post, forced them all the way back to Courtney Brosnan in goal. And that was all down to hard work out of possession for Manchester United.
Very settled squad as well for United. Been together for quite a few years now. A couple of additions in the summer, like Garcia, just complemented an already very strong team. Nikita Paris as well, of course. That continuity looks like it's really paying off. You can see that with Arsenal as well. Here comes the ball and Brosnan clears out her own player. I think the referee's going to have to stop this. Katrin Vai on the end of her own goalkeeper.
Yeah, I've had a lot of head injuries or collisions, contacts today. This one, as you said, a own player. If you don't shout, they ain't going to get out of the way. If you do shout and they don't, then it's their fault. Katia Vai has been excellent for Everton today. Up and down that left side, driving runs centrally as well.
Some interesting scorelines in the Women's Super League today. You can watch all of the highlights from all the games tonight on the Women's Football Show, BBC One, 11:30, straight after Match of the Day 2. And our next offering comes next weekend, Leicester against Arsenal on the red button, and we start at 1:45. Everton playing a risky game, and Brosnan just about gets that out from her feet and finds Katrin Vai, who is now limping. Oh, Blundell takes a tumble and then is yellow carded for a handball.
thought the referee had given it against Everton for a foul on Blundell, but it wasn't the case. The right call. And Blundell just fell and just saw her voicing that she's got cramp. Maybe that was the reason for her tumble, but yeah, tries to gain possession of it. Yellow card and chance for Everton.
I think everyone on Merseyside can hear Mary Earps at the moment, deliver her instructions. Commanding presence. Stanovic delivers. No one in blue making the run, but recycled. Away by Zellum and then Paris. I think Katrin Vai is not right here. Everton have made all their subs. This might just complete a totally miserable afternoon for Everton.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's cramp or whether it's a pull. There's just no point in making up the numbers if it's an injury that's going to get worse. If she does stay on the pitch, Everton will have to readjust and play with 10 players.
She really doesn't want to come off. Hannah Blundell getting treatment for cramp, but as you say, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, and she just has walked off the pitch. You do practice scenarios where you go down to 10 players. It's simple as that in training, usually for a red card. But they've now got this moment where Sorensen has a chance to readjust, make a tactical decision, what formation to play. See Izzy Christiansen explaining it to Snoes up front.
And Martha Thomas coming on for Manchester United. Blundell off, having just been yellow carded and gone down with cramp.
Yeah, sensible. And Leah Galton's just sat in at left back for Hannah Blundell. Let's hope for Everton's point of view that it's nothing too serious for Vea, because she's been a really influential player for them.
Huge miss. Paris. Good play from home guard. Less than 10 minutes remaining. Stanovic gives it away. Won by Staniforth. Bjorn has dropped back. Midfield role.
It's not what you want, is it, when you're 3-0 down, Everton, but Sorensen went early with his substitutes to try and change the game.
I think this has shown, though, they're still quite a long way from the established top 3, top 4 sides in the division.
Yeah, I mean, Everton have been around forever, but they've only been professional since 2017, so we're on a par with Manchester United, really, regards to that, and haven't, in my opinion, always been, you know, properly backed. Certainly a lot of turbulence in the last 18 months at the club, and how the managers have been recruited and how players have been recruited and treated. So, yes, it's a settling period, which is positive. And Everton will be looking to grow from this.
For Manchester United, another impressive display. And next up for them, Chelsea at home and then Arsenal away. So really putting their credentials on the line the next 2 fixtures.
Manchester United have grown into a really well-oiled machine, a where everybody knows their role, one-touch passing, triangles, you know where your players are when you're about to receive the ball, you know where your next pass is going, technically really sharp. You've got players like Ella Toon, Alessia Russo, Mary Earps, 3 key players from the England team this summer who accept nothing other than the best standards on every single pass. Then that's going to help. And Mark Skinner's got them really well drilled, both from an attacking sense, but clearly from a defensive point of view as well.
Here is Russo. Flag up against Alessia Russo. Disappointing, the manner in which Everton have conceded. Here's Russo, just wide. Just got under it a little bit. Trying to work it out to the far side, cut out by Leah Galton. Another change for Manchester United. Boa Risa coming off for Nikita Paris, who got the scoring going for United in the first half. And Maya Letitia coming off for Aissatou Tunkara, French international, who makes her WSL debut off the bench.
Yeah, Maya Letitia is the reason why she has been on the bench since she signed. An excellent player in her own right, but not being given an inch by Maya Letitia and Millie Turner so far this season. That pairing at centre back has been excellent. Again, we just reflect on the substitutes that have come off the bench for Manchester United. You know, all international players: Lucy Staniforth, Boa Risa, Alessia Russo, Tunkara. The depth that they have now compared to a year ago, 2 years ago, really, really built. And if they have ambitions of going to Champions League, which I think I can see that happening this season, then you absolutely need the depth of squad to be able to cope with fighting on all fronts.
They've finished 4th the previous 3 WSL seasons. They've got so close to that 3rd spot.
Yeah, and remember last season, weren't they top until Christmas? You know, they had a great start. Again, that'll be something that will haunt some of the players. Not that they let it slide, but I believe it was their lack of depth, really, that caught up with them. But they've certainly got the show on the road exceptionally well this season. 5 from 5.
And it's over to Arsenal later on, up against West Ham. Highlights on the Women's Football Show tonight after Match of the Day 2.
the vocal and colourful fans of Manchester United who travel so well. We're really, really pleased with what they've seen their team grow from strength to strength this season. Another clean sheet, it's looking like. Another win against a team who, arguably on paper, they should win against and have won.
So as we approach the latter stages, Rachel, your Barclays WSL Player of the Match.
Well, a bit of an understated performance, because I don't believe that Manchester United have really had to hang the hat on any one particular player. But for what she's done both in and out of possession, and for sealing the deal, and that third goal, Hayley Ladd is my Barclays Player of the Match. She's broken up play, she's hassled and harried players for Everton, dealt with any forward threats of Everton. It's an excellent all-round game.
Galley turns into trouble, but Christensen wins it back. Here's Park. Again, the precision on the pass not quite there, and Galton gets back to clear the danger.
Yeah, it's game management, isn't it, for Manchester United? Players slotting in to positions. Everybody looks so assured and confident and relaxed in their performance, but also attentive and never switching off.
So 3 minutes of time added on, and with Everton having to play with 10 players, having gone 3 goals down, the win and the margin of the victory hasn't really been in question.
I mean, Manchester United could have been 2-0 up after about 5 minutes, arguably. Everton fought back valiantly, really. And then have just let the game slip away. And that is Manchester United doing. They're being the better of the two teams, full stop, in every department.
And as this record of clean sheets is extended, they will have a little vibe about them, little aura. Teams will, I'm sure, approach games against Manchester United with a little bit of trepidation, thinking, how are we going to get the ball past this titanic defence?
Well, you're right, and not just Mary Earps, but hers brought that, and what happened in the summer, and that real pride and of not conceding. It's been so hard to break down. That real unity and the voice of Mary Earps organising that is huge in what they've created, in what they've done, and you're absolutely right. Teams know they're going to get 1 or 2 chances because the whole midfield and defence makes it hard even to get a shot off, and then you've got to beat England's #1. It's a great foundation, isn't it, to build a solid team.
As you alluded to, Rachel, it's a fantastic start for Manchester United, a perfect one. But they won't want to let it peter out like it did last season and in previous seasons.
Yeah, I mentioned that the squad depth is just so impressive this season in comparison, and that will aid the longevity of their campaign to win this title, to get into certainly a Champions League spot, a top 3 finish. That is something they've never done before, as you mentioned.
Full time then. Manchester United march on A 5th straight victory to start the WSL season. 14 goals scored, none conceded. United looking imperious so far this season. Another humbling defeat against a top 4 side for Everton. Still very much a work in progress. The points, Manchester United, their 100% record continues. Full time at Walton Hall Park. Everton 0, Manchester United 3.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, a dominant display by Manchester United, becoming the only second team in WSL history to win their opening 5 games without conceding a goal. Manchester City managed that back in 2016, and Arsenal can go and do that later on in the evening kickoff. Farah Williams, you said you've been impressed with this Manchester United side. Impressed once again today?
Yeah, I thought they were really good. I thought they dominated the game from the off. They got their goal in the first half, which settled the nerves a little bit. But I know we talk a lot in games about strikers and attackers and how exciting they are. And we highlighted Ella Toon, but Mary Earp's in this team. I mean, the confidence that Mary's had since the Euros, I think, and being that England #1, she's really brought that to this Man United team. And I think that's, in terms of the way Man United play and like to play out, she actually starts all of the attacks. She's so composed. She's like an outfield player at times, but she really relaxes her team, and she's a big personality, big character within this team. And I think she's played a big part in the way that Manchester United have started this season.
Yeah, we're seeing Mary Earps right there. Anita, they've got a lot of strength and depth as well, this Manchester United team. A lot of young players and experienced players.
Yeah, absolutely, Alex. I mean, you have 3 different goal scorers today: Nikita Paris, Galton, and obviously Hayley Ladd as well. It shows that they have multiple players that have influence in the game. Missing Alessia Russo, who normally would be their focal point, shows that they're really on course to try and fulfill that 3rd place spot.
Okay, well, let's bring you now the player of the match, who is talking to Maz Faruqi.
Hayley, congratulations. 5 wins from 5 clean sheets, top of the league again. Job done.
Yeah, no, it's really pleasing to be on that run. I think a lot of clean sheets as well, which shows that we're producing a really stable foundation, and hopefully we can keep growing and building and then see what's what.
All the goals were obviously important today, but talk us through yours, because it was a really special goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I just arrived on the edge of the box, and thankfully someone cut it back and the ball landed to me. So just glad that we got the 3 points and a clean sheet, and we're just hitting good momentum and keeping our heads down and working hard.
Well, Hayley, congratulations. You are the Barclays player of the match. Well done.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.
A great performance from Hayley Ladd and a super goal. And this is currently how your Barclays Women's Super League table looks at the moment. Manchester United sit in top, but Arsenal's game against West Ham is 6:45 this evening. Tony Duggan does join us right here, and we're delighted to have you here, Tony. And you are smiling despite the scoreline.
Yeah, it's been great to join you, see my old teammates again, but yeah, a bit disappointed with the performance, but I think the girls just need to put it to bed now and move on, because Tottenham's a massive game on the weekend. We had a good start, but as I say, it didn't look like the Everton team that I've seen the past few games, so I'm sure Brian will have them in and analysing the game and putting that to bed.
Okay, let's bring you some of the analysis from those second half goals, Farah. I say Leah Galton getting that second goal, but given all the time and space.
Yeah, definitely. And we did say that if Man United were to hurt this Everton team, it would come down the wide areas. You can see Man United do well to win the ball back. And it's that switch play here. And once you get Galton on the ball, running at the back line, she's dangerous. And she just drives towards goal, gets herself in the box. What I like, the little shimmy, and then it's a toe poke. Gives the goalkeeper no chance to set her feet. But for Everton, they've got to be disappointed with their defending, because she's going up against... We've got there, it's highlighted 5 players, and not one of them have attempted to nick the ball off her, but the finish is exquisite. I mean, the little toe punk, you'll see it here from a better view. Beautiful goal, and the keeper has no chance.
Yeah.
It's the vision as well from Galton, I think, to poke that out of her feet, get that contact, but the defenders surely should do better in that situation.
And this is Hayley Ladd's goal to make it 3-0, Anita.
Yeah, again, lovely play. Nikita Paris gets in between the lines, finds Garcia, just pops out to her on the edge, and you think she's got one thought in her mind, and that's just to make perfect contact with the ball, and it slots in top corner.
Yeah, it's a great finish. I don't think Courtney Brosnan's got any chance with that, and you know, it just showed the performance United today that capped it off, and great goal from Hayley Ladd.
Yeah, Manchester United, if you look ahead to their fixtures, it's a great result today. They go and play Chelsea and Arsenal and then Aston Villa. It just shows how competitive and excited the WSL is at the moment, Farah. But once again, Tony, thank you for joining us today, and good luck with the rest of the pregnancy. I know you are currently still training with the team. And Anita, thank you for joining, and Farah. That is it from us, but we will be back with more coverage in the WSL next week. Leicester be taking on Arsenal. But right now, for here, it has been a happy Halloween for the Red Devils. Farah, you've been entertained? She liked that one. We'll see you next weekend. Kelly Summers will have the coverage for you. Goodbye.
Only voices talking to me. Now I'm gone, now I'm gone, now I'm gone.
Marcia into tune. Galton teeing up Paris. And that's 1-0 for Manchester United. Lovely feet, Galton still going. Lovely goal. Chance.
An emphatic scoreline for Manchester United.